Am I alone in this, or does Barry get on your nerves? Barry is starting to wear on my patience real bad. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for The Oval. This is season 1, episode 6. And as I said before, put it in the chat. Let me know, is it just me, or is Barry wearing your nerves then? He is just running around town and he's just so loose and so I mean, I understand that your daughter's out there basically kidnapped. I understand that. But just his behaviors are so far left of what it was that Tyler built this character to be. He's supposed to be this good boy that's raised right. And Barry's a wild dog. Or are we to believe that this is because of the stress of the daughter being kidnapped? Is why he's acting out like this. But even still, he flips to the dark side a little too easy for me. I don't know. He's getting on my nerves. Anyway, let's start here. So Sharon, and I believe his name is Kareem, that actually runs the drugstore. They're going back and forth. He's telling her, he's still in love with her, blah, blah, blah. She's telling him, no, 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 this, that, thing, and the other. So in the midst of them, and then he's like, he's no good for you. I could tell. You come in here, you're all upset, and this, that, thing, and the other, which everything he's saying is true. Everything he's saying is true. Well, when they come from behind the rack where they are, who's sitting there but Barry, eavesdropping. But see, my grandmother used to say all the time, eavesdroppers never hear nice things. So you just sat over there and listened to them, and basically old boy done said that you ain't shit, and you also heard her defending you as well. But what did he do? He snaps out on both of them. Snaps out on both of them. You out here talking about me with this clown. She was not. She was upholding you and your bull crap. And I was like, he getting on my nerves. He about to make me not like him very much. But he ended up beating up Kareem. Beat him up. And hold on to that little piece of information. The way he just jumped on him all willy-nilly and just beat him up. Just beat him on that and told him, shut up, before I kick your ass again. I said, oh, you bad. You bad. I said, okay. Then he told her she quitting the job. She's like, I am not quitting. That's what started the fight. You quitting. I'm not quitting. She said, let's go. We're out of here. And that lady said, I'm going to call the police. He didn't. Kareem told her, yeah, call the police. Remember that. Call the police. Uh-huh. And he's telling her, she said, don't you dare be standing here giving me no ultimatums. He told her, if you don't come now, don't come at all. I said, oh, he's doing you a favor, sweet thing. But anyway, because he's into too much mess. But he went on out of there and laughed at him before the cops could get there. So eventually, the cops showed up. And they basically told him, who was it? Oh, that Barry. Bartholomew. It was him? Oh, okay. Well, we was going to pick him up anyway. So it don't matter because we want to pick him up anyhow. And, yeah, we'll go ahead and take care of it. And he says, you got surveillance tapes? He said, yeah, come on back here and look. Remember that. Called the police. Reported Barry beating him up. Opened up doors to the police with no problem and showing them surveillance tapes. Now I want y'all to remember all that, okay? And then we're going to talk about it some more as we get through this review. So y'all hold on to that information. All right, so let's go over here. We got the weirdos, Jason and Gail, honey, because that is Wednesday and Pugsley, honey. They are a whole child. Anyway, they act like the Addams family. They really do. But he convinces her to let him show her how to get her out. And they do it, and everything's cool. They get in there, and she laying out there on the couch, and she, oh, I just don't feel good, and this, that, and the other, honey. And they told their dad. They waited till they seen their dad, honey, and told her dad. She tased her. Mommy tased her. I said, oh, so you two done turned state's evidence on your mother. I said, they a whole mess, them two. Anyway, so a little bit after that, I'm going to go back to that. A little bit after that, you see Jason and Gene. Gene was in the room, his room, cleaning up something. Honey, he done rolled up on her and going on. He told her he knows her car. He knows which car is hers, and he's been on the roof. And she's like, okay. Now, later on, her uncle done told her to keep lookout for him. If he does anything strange, to let him know. Never said a word to her uncle. She said when he stopped her and was telling her, she's like, okay, I'll tell you if you do anything strange. You ain't think it was strange that he'd been on the roof of the White House watching and carrying on and know what car you drive? You don't find that strange. Now, Jean, you acting stupid. And Jean's not no young girl. Remember, we found out Jean is what, like 27, 28? She just looked young. He's like 15. But she looks young. She's not young. Anyway. Okay, in the meantime, Barry then went to see his cousin P. And this is where this gets very interesting because somebody is lying, I believe. But P tells him, he says, what's going on? He said, I just beat that damn Kareem up, this, that, and the other. He over there messing with Sharon. He told him, oh, Kareem, he told him the drugstore ain't nothing but a front. He's selling dope. Said he's selling dope and going to say that Sharon is in on it. That she'd be packaging it up. Now, I have a hard time believing that. I think there's a lie being told because that's why I said, hold on to this information. He was way too open to the police rolling up at his place, showing surveillance tapes and all of this kind of carrying on. Oh, come on in the back. He was way too comfortable for that for somebody who is fronting and selling dope out of a pharmacy. That just didn't, I don't know about that. I don't know, P. That just don't sound right. Anyway. So listen. Right before the two, Pugsley and Wednesday, turned state's evidence on their mother. Okay, before that happened, First Lady and the President had a little run-in when she first got back from hanging out with Lily and beating up the other girl, the mistress. And she had told him, she said, yeah, I beat her ass. I did. And he said, I haven't been able to get her on the phone. She said, that was pretty good. See, because I thought it was going to take at least 2 ass whoopings to back her off. But she got the message. And he said, you better not. She said, listen, I'm protecting what's mine. He says, oh, isn't that cute? You think I'm yours. She said, I don't give a shit about you. I'm talking about this oval. I said, oh, okay. How about that? After that, Donald took Lily. Well, they wasn't in the room. Donald had taken Lily. They went to his office, and he was asking her, well, what did y'all talk about? She said she likes to talk about herself. She said, yeah, he does too. And she started asking him again about Bobby. And he's like, weird. It's like, that's so weird. And that's that. He's like, I don't know why you keep asking about him. Don't worry about him. I took care of it. And he told her, I found out these few little things. but nothing really. He ain't got no family. He ain't got nothing. He's just weird. He ain't got shit. And that's that. But I'll have everything on him shortly. She's leaving. On her way leaving the White House, she runs into Kyle. She's asked Kyle about Bobby, and Kyle tells her, "Oh, I got some information I'll give you, but I'll call you later. I'm not gonna talk to you about it here. I'll call you later." She's like, "Okay." So Kyle got messed with him. See, because now he fusing himself up with good old Lily, so he can still stay around Donald. He's dangerous, very dangerous, very, very he's very manipulative. So, they need to watch him. He messed around and kill them both. But anyway, that's that. Because he don't like you, Lily. You sleeping with the man he want. He don't like you, girl. And Donald, he like you a bit too much. Anyway, Kyle goes in Donald's office. Donald told him, "I do not want you here. I don't know why you keep coming around. I'm telling you, I don't want you here. Go find someone else to deal with and stay away from me. Get away from me." And he told him, "But I want you." Period, point blank. He's like, "How many times have I told you about this? And I'm not going to discuss this in here with you. I'm not going to do it." And he told him, "Now leave my office and don't come back." I said, "Girl, you got you a live one, Donald. You must have really put it up in him sideways or something, honey, because you got him all messed up." Just a mess. Anyway, so, like I said, Gail and Jason, Wednesday and Pugsley, they told on the First Lady. So at this point, the president goes into the room with First Lady, and baby, they get to arguing. And they get, she said, "You tased her." Said, "You really are a dirty, low down, rotten, cold hearted bitch." I said, "Oh my." And she said, "What about it?" Said, "That's what America thinks of you." And then he started running through some of the things that was in her thread assessment. And that hurt her. She really wants America to like her. And baby, he was reading a couple things. He gonna say, "Here, read it." She gonna say, "Get that out of my face. Get it out of my face." Baby, the next thing you know, the two of them, they going back and forth. She took the damn glass vase or whatever that was sitting there and bashed his ass over the head with it. And him and her got to fighting. And she in there screaming, "Get off me, get off me." And the Secret Service is getting ready to, "We're going to come in." And he's like, we're fine. Don't come in here." She's saying, "He's trying to hurt me. Help me. He's trying to hurt me." So they tussling, and he got her down, shaking her ass, shaking the shit out of her, choking her, carried on. And she kicked him in the nuts, got him up off of her. And then she starts screaming. And then the crazy bitch took and literally just ran herself into the wall. It was so funny. I said, if she don't look like R2D2, honey, bam! She hit that wall and was out cold on the floor. I said, girl, she is a manipulative bitch. Just like he said, she's a mess. But when she ran into that wall, if she didn't look like R2D2, honey, all stiff and stern, and banged her head, I said, girl, you are doing the most. So she passed out on the floor. They bust out, and the people come in, and the president's like, "I'm okay. She's just acting out. She's acting a fool, you know." And that Matt was over there like, ma'am, he's over there all attentive to her because I think he got a little sweet spot for her. He did. And I knew she was going to get him into her clutches, but he was like, "Ma'am, whatever." I said, okay. Now y'all hold on to that little piece, okay? Hold on to that little piece. So in the meantime, while all this commotion's going on, old Gail done slipped out, got her a maid's uniform, got her ass in the trunk of Jean's car. She snuck out, got in the trunk of Jean's car, and ended up getting off of the grounds and got on out the trunk and made her way on over to P. Gets over there with P. She over there smoking dope. weed, smoking dope and having sex with P and laying up. I said, oh, go on, little whore. So my dad don't even notice that I'm gone. I said, okay, but he told her, but you got to go. You can't stay here. But he wasn't going, And this is bad because remember, she's only 16. She's only 16. Now, I don't know. I have to check out what the deal is in Maryland. But here in Pennsylvania, that 16-year-old, that's statutory rape. And then she's the president's daughter. P, your ass is going to be up under the jail, pushing up cement blocks. But that probably won't even happen. You'll probably just come up missing and stinking somewhere. But anyway, so all of that's going on, okay? Richard and his wife, I ain't even going through all that. He finally tells her that he got fired. And he tells her everything's going to be fine. She ran off Tyler Perry style. I got to go pray. I said, oh, here we go. And she up there, and then he comes up and he asks her, I don't want you being upset. And we find out she actually has a heart condition. I said, oh, these people, honey, they're a lot. You got the ridiculous son. Then she talks to him about all of the stuff with Barry and the fact that the knife is missing and all that. And they both sit looking stupid. And I'm like, I don't know, because the way Barry's running around, anything's possible with Barry. All I know is that Barry is getting on my nerves, okay? So we got all that going on. And here's the last thing that I'm going to tell you that happened. This is good. Come in, my loves. Come close to the screen so I can tell y'all what happened. So after the first lady then banged her head and they finally get her conscious, they're down in, it looks like a kitchen or whatever. And old Matt is tending to her and he's putting ice on her head and they're talking and she's like, you see how he does me, don't you? You see he just mistreats me and this, that, and he's like, yes, ma'am, I do. She says, stop calling me ma'am. Stop saying yes, ma'am to me. This, that, thing, and the other. And they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then she's like, kiss me. I want you to take me. Honey, he gonna say, I'm happily married, ma'am. She's like, good for you. I won't tell her. And the next thing I know, honey, when we left out, baby, the first lady, blurping bird, honey. Blurping bird.